So a consistent first 11 advantage woman no a familiarity and understanding. Hetefe e was sad bi. Players omo tie shas ye no. Omo no tie use omo say into omo ti omo ho ase. And we are talking about a team omo tie city deep. Omo bot 3 at the back. No me use Diego Rico on the left wing back. No me use Kiku as a right wing back. Sa 2 players no mo kwaka ho me nipa 5. And the time bia no ombe try say ombe ti no man kasa half no me invite opponent no. So mo invite opponent na opponent ne ba nanim bebrea. No we use Diego Rico and Kiku say omo nye a lot of crosses and fan konkoma abrante e say Mayura and Lisu because omo bok a counter attacking football. So far o check La Liga anima teams are eba set pieces eba counter omutimi di she goals pa na Hetefe eka ho enya de ombe yusu against Real Madrid by a game back am expect Real Madrid say Madrid ebe dominate Hetefe. No disrespect to Hetefe by baby ameni be pan kese no the center player Real Madrid for be yusu because there is no Dean Housen e game nim most likely say be Asensio and Abrante friend say Militao omo bo omo ho prepare omo ho ahead of Classico war because our 2 players in omo nse enough playing time to get that understanding about the 4 and 5 rule at the moment. So playing against Hetefe a fine opportunity for Asensio and Militao say omo to match omo ho ase and most especially so omo ko share Hetefe side omo hear a lot of crosses. And for when Real Madrid say Mbappe be sha ase say Mastantuano be sha ase because of series of knocks omunya ye no Real Madrid for other players omuye capable say ombetima handle Hetefe bobuko no so we Barcelona free ho team ba ko otimi kura bo ni ye o control game ni ye o pass very well La Liga na after Barcelona and Real Madrid and Hetefe definitely ebe city deep no ma try so ma hit Real Madrid for on the break a game ba ko straight away meko a win for Real Madrid in a worst case say Real Madrid kra anya de no atitia pansan kra no Madrid betimenya 1 point bi e de free Hetefe e de abafie but there was a Real Madrid for the show mutimi ne say omu hia sa win we after Hetefe game no Madrid were 2 crucial games at Dominim playing against Juventus and against Barcelona. So what me question Hetefe that needed confidence but who could against Hetefe who Juventus or Barcelona and the pressure be better Real Madrid bobu so me expect a win for Real Madrid or Hetefe game. The big fixture Germany ebe baso nyame ya domene oko Bundesliga fixture kese was so panel to say Ghana ha kotokone has Germany Bayern and Borussia Dortmund bobu since 1965 Bayern and Dortmund about 137 games from 1965 from omo first game from that time basically no anytime be as 2 clubs ni be biano Bayern and dominate so out of 137 games Bayern winning 67 and 33 Dortmund winning and 37 about draw so a show clear say Bayern dominate team my friend say Borussia Dortmund. And so what check on games recently in Pokra Bundesliga. The last 10 games are Bayern and Dortmund abono. Dortmund winning just 1. And 2 clubs are Baku dominating young Kododo. And to be a coach share Bundesliga on him say, oh, Dortmund Bayern Kushia. The most likely say Dortmund be able to game no was through. And so what check venue na game ne babasuna. Ye book game no Allianz Arena. And Allianz Arena kwa venue ba kwa recently Dortmund ko ho a omo bre pay. The last time at Dortmund, Etimiko winning game, our Allianz Arena with Bundesliga and was in 2018. Since then, no Omoko Hobiana, Eya na kwa yeding. So Betimako Allianz Arena with Bundesliga, Aqua say a team friend said Dortmund. So based on records, based on facts, based on statistics, Ninano, a favorite team friend said Bayern. Now over the show Munina current situation, omo current performance. Say statistics no record ni favor Bayern. Omo current performance net saying. Yabo 6 games for Bundesliga. Bayern winning 6 out of 6, scoring 25 goals, conceding 3. And the 6 games yabo no Bundesliga, the team being who waiting yacha Bayern. Obian ball draw against Bayern. Omo form no was through. So what's expanding in Pokra to all competitions are. Omo about 10 games in all competition, scoring 38 games. Yeshe season as an king. Every single game, Bayern eshe go. So playing against Dortmund, anyhow, omo born etieno, and you most likely say ene Bayern one she go crowd bet match 2 because omo records no performance ni nyina say omo ye team back omo share a lot of goals and how omo team no omo team assistant this season no eye Kimmich and a Leon Goretzka and the central midfield deep area ho no omo begina ho na adwuma omo ye ne say papa friend say Vincent Company Emma Kimmich stay na Kimmich a connected the midfield and the forward line no aside distribution no na Ama Leon Goretzka a operate as a boss to boss na Michael Olise a operate on the right side wakati inside as a create na Luis Diaz a operate from the left side obekati inside a create because of Musiala onya available no Oyusu said Gnabry as the number 10 behind a branch fence Harry Kane enti akwa yebo boku aken omu create from left from right from central every channel obiano Bayern for etimi create e kan hu bi ana akọ Bundesliga attacking metrics ni nyina no e favor Bayern boku no de wa hye goals kese de wa create kese why na the player hye kese e Bayern why na the player ya assist kese e Bayern so every attacking metric e favor Bayern boku no e most likely say ene Bayern answer goals crowd minimum of 2 goals omo ye capable so bet match and the good thing for Bayern here say now we yes our story in Impokra Bayern this time around the rate omo concede no form last season after omo first 6 games no ma concede 7 by this season after omo first 6 games omo concede just 3 goals so playing against Dortmund everything it shows say Bayern a favorite was a game with Dortmund so for lose game ni bi e Bundesliga there defensively Omaya very solid and Omaya very direct because of Gurasi and Abrante friend say Karim Adeyemi by Ken o kind of credit at ho Bayern a favorite to game we mu and o check your more recent games are a Taibo 2 or more goals Bayern Dortmund a Taibo 2 or more goals so me te put 2 or more goals then Bayern favorite e was a game we mu ube pm Englander matches akesi e be di kan ni bia to dwa no e Nottingham Forest and Chelsea evidence ni ye clear unhia a scientist unhia professor bi mbeka ntro say Nottingham Forest last season hu so mudi 7th under Nuno Espirito Santo no ye share season as nyoma nkoyi ye share season as no Nottingham Forest for first game and omu win ye 3-1 against Brentford after omu first game Nottingham Forest akoda omu ntimi win bi e ka hu bi and omu decide say Nuno Espirito Santo beko na makwa akofo Postecoglou susu aba na Postecoglou ba ye no on so the same old story SOS Bibian sign results ni entimi mbaye and papa friend say Postecoglou na nkasa e won the press conference e beto odwase so lusu sa game we ya ye betima sakene e ma ne ka say so no olusu sa game we ya ene de ni so obi ade judge ni because oye sa coach sa obefa team a eye obi an judge ni ewieye no eye de ye otimi age trophy enti ye game back one Nottingham Forest won impression e wo mo so and Postecoglou e wo bad record playing against Chelsea. The bad record of playing against Chelsea ni say 4 games are Postecoglou and Chelsea ehia ni nyina no we lose ni nyina as a manager so Postecoglou as a coach okohia Chelsea bia na olusu which a bad record the same thing at the time okohia Arsenal no was a bad record playing against Arteta ni Arsenal no lusu sa matches and pampa okokolusu ye so sa bad record no wo playing against Chelsea by Ken Martina say analyze Nottingham Forest team no a team back wa 7 problems near back 7 I want a year baby omu ye week de di kan a team omu ntimi nche goals unim say so for match 5 goals enye so many players enye so mu create by goals na nkasa na ember omu nye clinical Chelsea enye the best defensive side in the Premier League nemum say uye team na ko Chelsea na untimi nche goals a play advantage for Chelsea say yade sanka Nottingham Forest for ni chego a unim say Chelsea o mechiro no e be sheki kakro metima threat no mo by when omunim go ni say e advantage for Chelsea e team back a set pieces omo tie concede goals do e share Nottingham Forest e free set pieces currently in the Premier League team back onim set pieces go share e Chelsea o ma set piece goals in 5 enti say another advantage for Chelsea e team back o muntimi avoid the individual errors Ombeye mistakes say na wetimi as Nottingham Forest boboku no enti ube hia skillful players be to say Garnacho Esteban Humu e was game we mu no make put pressure no on team my friends Nottingham Forest so Nottingham Forest baby omu tosini baby omu ye weak no ni nyina play advantage for Chelsea boboku no the Chelsea be hia na say Nottingham Forest for an press with omu number 9 so the hia ni say oye Enzo Maresca so omu number 9 na press here e just one player against Chelsea 2 center back no so split 2 defenders nim o split 2 defenders ma baby omu ehu e omu wingers no now we use a flying fullbacks to pin a team my friend said Nottingham Forest wingers no na Chelsea Nottingham Forest for nam say omu defending narrow no na Chelsea timi nya that spaces e wide area enti game back wa Chelsea fullbacks Chelsea wingers e be effective e game we mu say game we Chelsea timi share a lot of goals from the wings ken enyem nwa in a worst case scenario a win or draw for Chelsea I'm expecting Chelsea say enfa hu so mbelu key players no Chelsea was so mutimi konya good results against Nottingham Forest but dia misro kakra na Chelsea away results no na say Chelsea kwa away e wo Premier League omunya results no mo pe no but me expect Chelsea so mbenya good results then Fulham against Arsenal Ken Fulham are on and off this time around to be honest with you one kasa coach why on and off by problem here say obesia big club bia na otimi appear a good strategy to face that big club there all here say Fulham ukosia big club bia na ne 4 back who say ne 3 back no beba o make sure say they all pretty as a left wing back and as a left back no ebeko nanim na wetimi allow unless wobi amana buvi aba inside as the +1 in the midfield na fi dey make delay with the crosses for the strikers enya dia Fulham for omotaye Marco Silva etaye against big clubs by playing against Arsenal kid tina sinetwe Arsenal team no Arsenal yebo obuku a every approach every style bi ombetimi no waye obetimi no obebo defensive football nya the results obetimi beam out control game ne de ope obetimi bo counter attacking football obetimi bo direct football enti Arsenal team no it seems say in the Premier League opetima eye the most balancer eya koya Arsenal obuku no and Arsenal for him say omo April League ni say no Liverpool will big game against Manchester United. Entirely ni take advantage against Fulham. Na yen sanya that net points. The besi wo Liverpool and Manchester United game ni bia no. Ebetime play advantage for Arsenal. Again back kwa metipo Arsenal. Midi wie na mamko wie e wo Liverpool and Manchester United. Ken. Liverpool the last 3 games against Crystal Palace, against Galatasaray, then against Chelsea. We lose ni nyina. Ba obetime don say so buaka say the last 3 games we lose ni nyina na Manchester kwose. Untimi found sense ubu.
Say United so Sunderland.
Ana metos. Enfa won say Liverpool lose the last 3 games. No betimi don say so buaka.
Oh yes, na we lose last 3 na me match me na no ada match ba kwa. Say metimi aka ana.
Ubu sani patena. Emu be 2 pe and benya sa.
Ana United for mo gidi na.
Because United entimi nyetima o me trustworthy. Untimi trust United for.
O kra setting akwaje 7. Why na J7 o mo coach be no. Te agra kwaje 7.
Now, only the last time Manchester could win was Liverpool crew. Then 2016 when
Rooney now will be coach no.
Into a grounds back.
2016.
Yes, Edney by Ken. Mimi Ruben Amorim na. The me koye ya me konya sa 2-2 draw me the same thing. The koye ni is simple. On to me ko biem any Liverpool bo. Manchester enye possessive team. Uko Premier League na ukati mo possess ya Manchester nkan by the Manchester be here wo game ni me ba akopɛ be here defensive solidity omunya defensive solidity ne first a omo be call direct normal hit on the break
so here sade na wo Canada just say here magoa
enye personal no crowd
eye ba say personal na ye de omo ye
by structure na the most important thing
because defensive stability dey say magoa start
obi obesha ase bi obetima bo bi obebo because what a Liverpool team now omu leave a lot of spaces in between the lines so the moment ube nyasa defensive solidity Gravenberch ni say open him copy goals as a defensive midfielder Soboslai ebe board as the number 10 obe join attack no McAllister nya ne form no enti say unya sa defensive solidity na utimi hit you on transitions uwo kunya uwo Mbwemu uwo Amad Diallo uwo Benjamin Sesko so every long ball bianu ube locate Benjamin Sesko to pick the high balls then a drop here second boss na be kunya
Sesko ni enra Manchester United final training ni Sesko ni na they will see if you call wiem no we dey on my hope papa so we image we image of hope ana
image of hope possible
na nra mokofa ayi your friend saying work for player bi edini be jira mo man we call wiem na nim anya na mo de ehun rakotoko no na Sesko ayi bia
training a year by kid.
Okay.
The reason why I make us say teams are more possessive the brain. Chelsea and Liverpool ko share no. Only the country at Chelsea be because say teams are more possessive e Premier League. Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, City, Villa, Nottingham Forest and Spurs. And the Chelsea bet me any Liverpool abobo be because say so possessive. Manchester near that type. So the moment I be no and Gravenberch no other guys near freedom.
Okay.
By say ultimate side defensive solidity now hit you on the breaker. Manchester United strength. So I'm expecting Manchester United say obebo ne direct attacking football. Direct attacking football is Uti Kunya, Amad Diallo, esiuti Bruno esiuti Benjamin Sesko no when you start defensive solidity no oh yeah bi konya 2-2 so we expect the same thing by no cranny dey eye baako pe yenya mbobo yi o analyze Liverpool for na no say favorite
favorite okay Kwame Dila na me hwem bromo ne Milos Kerkes some bromo tinde bo no fa ho tentem kra sa kwa na say pressure kakra won so
yeah true
say yes na no omo say wa woni sala ebo bia sala o mebo
munyai sansa
mo ankasa no na mo ba bia wadi on some defend ba bia wanyina bi on some defend
I don't get it. And a team no lose one on the sun, your ba.
Says it's kind of what this is kind of doso.
Yes, some more.
Lawson, Brian, Big Imra.
Ken, happy birthday and comma Reynard Smith in Ketsia Yeboah Jr.
Oh, okay.
Smith in Ketsia Yeboah Jr. Reynard, happy birthday. And I will see, as well enjoy show no.
Because I know the birthday.
What you say?
Because one should in birthday.
David. Me nim so dun kwawo. And now on cra not say there.
On Tony Mani Bimra.
On see the and yes sound so kind of.
TV back where they are quite repairs, TV no crowd break. Kruma kwabrani timi so TV could say on top of
TV wo high on top of
TV quite repairs.
Come to say what to 75 inches now say I won't find repairs over there. Debio, send it.
A sort of
32 there your phone correct.
Why?
32 inches in the other quiet say a pammo. Now coming. My 75 inches I say I'm in quarter of said then I have
I don't win you so quite no movie mefa.
Hey, Debbie. And I know about every day job I could film back home.
Okay.
Coming.
Uncle. Much.
Me quarter for from. Coming as I say I will talk on any water for.
How was she? Okay.
How was she on Tien Crano on Fambra? A channel.
Yakitua, 85.
What can you open?
Hey, I was all child here, watching you. 85 inches. And a big yes, and there's will be the multi-trim. And yeah, Minania, sort of a ball.
Dear Ken Kai, no,
and I was in no, you know, come.
Kenny, share me twas with free, baby. I want to come we. I think, sir, and ne a copem Yamia Duma game ne be basono. Ruben Amorim and Snassi on Donkwan. On share Oliver Glasner. Dientia ne 3-4-3 no. Or they are Liverpool in recent times. Liverpool ain't mini Oliver Glasner mobo.
And your Crystal Palace as a club mom. And a tete clubs no. Oliver Glasner my club Crystal Palace. Only a mobile. Then
Crystal Palace. Sibo Timine Paye City for.
Yes, City.
But ne 3-4-3 no it's simi and a slot.
Okay.
But let me show you say. 3-4-3 the last year Okobo 1-1 wa Anfield. Community Shield a year 2-2 and Okobo penalties and Manisha. And now ye or sign it 2-1. That game well first a late goal nearby and you might be wrong because in the first half they could have beaten Liverpool by 5. Alisson and the same situation. I'm like, Sir Manchester, I bet see game no say how to beat Liverpool. They need to analyze Crystal Palace game. Say the same system na yebo, but at day and Oliver did me and a slot a did ain't me omo. Then we can begin to analyze the game from there. Because what is worrying is say Manchester, Liverpool. So we no air bobola, o me rivals so. E was attention here bebre chance and you see who is see. But the last 14 league games, Manchester Shabako pe embarrassing. We cannot be talking about rival games. Only obiabo 14 league games. What Shabako say
14.
It is bad. Into Manchester need to rise. They need to understand how Liverpool. Okay. Crystal Palace or defending against Liverpool about low blocks. Low block no. Or Beatty Liverpool for say come and attack me. Now after Oma catch them on a counter break. 2. Only Liverpool bar say all press here. The front three no omu press narrow. Very, very narrow. The idea is say omu ma Liverpool and pass the ball no centrally and come Gravenberch McAllister. Point number 2 no oh yeah Manchester. You are noting all these things. Okay. Michel Nansay Marshall Liverpool recent games. One of those observations so saw my and say, see, Virgil van Dijk, Konate, they are used to playing with Alisson in post. Alisson, Bono, or turn right into more pass, or more kato when you cranwa, or many baby or more botwa, Alisson before Bono. And it is communication. They have done that so many years. Say, Mamandasvili or your left footer. It's an unrefuel, one of the ball I could turn right.
Na Mamandasvili, so far by I want to say.
Oh, and you're bad.
Alisson Praba.
Oh no, you see, I feel no waba. Me unsa man for misplace. He's okay.
Oh, okay.
He's okay. Liverpool for turn for the future. Inti Obefa. Also no left. Inti unpassable, not to the right, and son on the corner left. Yes, sir. A trigger press. Inti who understudy all these Liverpool factors, sir. That's okay. So what do I do? Because Liverpool problems so many are fee. Number 1, teams are able low blocks. Me a minim Ruben Amorim. Sporting Lisbon versus Manchester City. Sa famous 4-1 na man for can no. Sporting Lisbon about 27% of ball possession. Just 27. Sporting Lisbon about shots 9, 6 of them 9 on target. Manchester City about 20 shots. Yeah, 4-1. It is not as if Ruben Amorim cannot do it. He has done that before, where he gave possession to the opponent. At the end of it, he got the results. Me who say Amorim no pe control. But my point is that a game one, we share the context of this game. A Liverpool team one, Liverpool lose to Crystal Palace, Galatasaray Arsenal, Chelsea Arsenal. Before the kickoff, na ebia na Arsenal show ebia. So Arsenal sha pressure will Liverpool for so they cannot drop points. Into who the contest of this game, it tells you say a gamer Liverpool cannot afford to drop points. They will come attacking Manchester United. So what do? Bait them. Who baits you or more? You catch them on a counter break. Issue number 2. Who share an slot press conference, sir? And I go for question. What is happening to Liverpool? He kept on saying, he said, Premiership on assasa, long balls now does be brave. Say teams, about throw-ins. Just say he kept on complaining. Where come on? Bear the last 4-5 press conferences, sir. And the slots they be out complaining. Premiership ya say no. Last season, na born that form come. Say I pimp no dorsal. Let me give you a context. And I'm acquire who research kakra. Ken, me research nini. 5 key changes I will Premiership after listening to Anna Slot. Marco Shishini. Throw-ins na enkane say okoshe Stoke City. Na deal up ebe 2 throw out me say Stoke for Subayano. Throw-ins no ye toko penalty box in no. Even in 2020, 2021, na omoto just 6% and the penalty box in Last season, omoto 13% and the penalty match say a move from 6% to 13%. This season, you do 27%.
I know you asked for a semenyo. Say semenyo. Also the Juma back no.
Also the Juma back.
And ask the team ning na so Juma no.
And a Palace for so
Palace for you. Enti teams be me other na slot mo say teams no mo say Premier League no mo mudi.
Oh, say you be come you be hwe say. Ampa in the Premiership no asesa. Say we a coach you need to adjust. So maka first throw in a chow. Say throwing be about Premiership no more. No be akwa tam towel. enkane dilapade a ya complain say etwam no ababio
Arsenal for the status idea.
oh enfan Charles no munyina yi enye clubs ni nya badodo na aye bi Palace say ukom wa saa o tawo no so ya catch referees ni say omo yesa munjin free omo nsem ba referees ni yi omo ni enti say throw-ins et say the obi enya penalty che say woko Brentford for her onya throw-in it say we nya penalty no money age because onim say chance aba throwing keku. See, say a move from 6% to 13% today, 27%.
As a season, never been a real neck about something.
This is all yet Simwa. Now, we players a war or problem. And don't see, say Jeremy from Liverpool, a got proper right back the Abba. Or so sort of the Bebo. Otia. Say, Pep Guardiola also saw the recall Luis Berger right back who says so be up a height. Okay. Normal set pieces, corner kicks, free kicks near the know. What I say? Say set pieces at Dawson. Pa chain previous years. The Tosubio passes are pass. And also so say premiership are falling.
She say on pass it.
Yeah, boom. Let me give you a context. Goal kick. From 2010 to last year, Afibia percentage in about from goalkeepers in Mobu because ball playing about you the ball not to form you pass the ball from the back and to okay. Season way say 51.9% goalkeeper for baller.
Oh boy, sim.
Boom. A far baller, munko 2. Premiership. Say throw-ins, goal kicks, set pieces, passes above from everything is changing. Say header goals. See above ball no bidding it here header goals. A increase by 19.8% in the Premiership this season. And go on. Say Mateta mo bobo. Benjamin Shesko mo say on say be a pet player or someone.
Say what matter? Omona ejije omodi.
Aha, say strikers never Premiership. One. Crystal Palace Mateta says Man U was Sesko, Arsenal was Jokeres, Manchester City was Haaland.
But the almost first strikers at Tintinia can say once a bomber for Sarboy no almost strike a teacher. Debbie was almost strike a teacher Ketwano.
Yeah, did escape him? Even Nelson. Yeah.
Once or effective pa.
Yeah.
On funny teen she go but Unimbo.
Yeah.
See the South strikers in free free Premier League no more.
Obi
our height it is our Guerrero type no. Why remember be more?
Say the Jomo ye ne de. And don't think say and slots are starting or complaining sir.
So almost say league no.
Almost say league.
Time. Okoria won.
Say Premiership no almost say no. Because they say it's a matter of wow betinya pim. Among for the problems na kwa kwashe Mikel Arteta say. Arteta na
all say we no. League is almost Arteta na say no. But once Arsenal switch me bobo fe pa. Say do time Arsenal dominating football.
Aha. But they do the set pieces so they are or they are ankese for the show because Arsenal back four no. Say left back no or prefer Calafiori danger.
Height. So now same for the say Arsenal set pieces in the bar. During Timbako. Calafiori ko. Gabriel ko. Saliba ko. And they are used to be Bobino. Your friend is saying, this boy, this Spanish. That be do chrome to me or boy, you may be.
Mikel Merino.
Honestly, a very good one. Eh, and Tian Fan says, our 5 way and a 6 way about Bosuma. Untimi.
What problem?
Yes, Untimi.
It's
engine to Miss Arsenal for say almost a Premier League. Because more,
make say, the phenomenal Biaba say. It looks like the rest of the clubs are beginning to follow.
Because it's a set piece at the goal.
It's just one
and to be an just open plane is a goal. Now, Arsenal for the new goals to be bra. Yenna be. It say, Nancy wants a Ghana cry, 7 number. Yes, we are boy. Yes, blast Stacy. Yes, we are boy. Nancy Musa, some also be Fabi. Also to
Black Stars. Again, say no, and yet we should find solutions to it. And now we bought Mariska press conference. Chelsea Bobolo and Central for kept on asking Mariska about Chelsea corner kicks. How? Chelsea Bobo Ask Chelsea about ask Maresca about relevant questions. Almost Bernardo Cueva, Chelsea Kofani Bayana. Pampa. Chelsea's last 8 away games. Chelsea has shot 4 corner kicks. Into Chelsea so the corner kicks are kind of one. So it is said and central for the bar. Questions, set pieces. No more is saying, "What bad them?"
This is an to me, Shibi. But also, Konate and Van Dijk. These are big giants.
He says he needs to adapt. He needs to adapt.
Jeremy Frimpong, the enemy, because Liverpool send your home gamer. Edin saw the Beco Palace. What did Beco Brentford? What did Beco Newcastle? What did Beco grounds? And
even
Bono,
honestly, and to add to your context, Kurano say Liverpool for both fee near about 80 minutes. Na goal difference near one. Liverpool be in from Oslo. So shut teams are omoye sa throw him kick now sa near noa obey in frame. But you see, these things are yaking, and as long as I to me say it is Liverpool's problem. So Manchester United, can they take advantage of it? They need to. Well,
and United is all home team now. And found success could win. I didn't take a pass your magua.
Aye, on anything.
And on some source on static.
So say delete.
Because delete to form.
Honestly.
See,
delete Lenny Euro and look sure, probably. Yeah. Possibly. You see, may expect maybe a double chance for Liverpool, hopefully. Ken, not nominate Chelsea game in Wahoo. You see, from the 13th of September, the 27th of September, Chelsea went through difficult period. From the game when we bought against Brentford, they thought they were winning. After in be buyer, a man called Forneteka, they lost to Bayern Munich, they lost to Manchester United, and also Lincoln Bishe Mukakra, and lose to Brighton. But all of a sudden, as a Chelsea momentum no afa and international holidays no abe breaking Chelsea down. See, minimum say we need 100. 90% will say Chelsea is a win against Nottingham Forest. But with the Premiership here, you are always careful about early kickoffs. Nottingham, they are playing very, very bad football. Ange Postecoglou, Ebiane say nkofo esusu say Olusua they might sack him. Why? Because they are playing bad football. But and also so any guarantees you need to be very careful. One of the problems I have with Chelsea is second, you me more Premiership as at this stage. The highest top scorer for Chelsea, Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, 2 defensive midfielders. Any more for the the front 4, they need to start getting goals. The last time I shared statistics of Joao Pedro, I was sad. Joao Pedro ampa. Say the last 5 games, just a short no crown on mo. The last time Joao Pedro scored a goal was 30th of August against Fulham. Wako 8 games. 8 games club for club and country on Shego. Entire warring. Chelsea are playing well. Their last 2 games, they played very, very well. But Chelsea, any more for no, they need to start getting the goals. I'm expecting Chelsea win, but I'm expecting the front 4, they need to start scoring goals. Well, Girona and Barca game in the
okay.
They here pa your lineup no. Obiame ne nko lineup no. Eno Hans Flick try Alejandro Baldi. Ewo left wing which say coach no obre pa injuries no. Enye easy. Players ne prepare Dani Olmo, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Ferran Torres mono. As it is affecting the coach's lineup. Ken. First of all, Barcelona midfield trainer. A possible so remember Macasado a starting game because of injuries na AC no. Femi Lopez no possibly a piano a starting game from the bench or best starting pa. Misusu say en kamima jimu no me ya me na me hansia en kama born as a front as a false 9 instead. Reason is say you see Barcelona will need Macasado, Frankie de Jong as the double pivot. Na Ebia Pedri as a 10. Na Femin Abona because Rashford as a number 9 against Sima a low block. Na I'm not too comfortable kakra because I would always want to see Marcus Rashford from the left. Na or Katsi in. Na onya sa spaces na open. But maybe coach sees otherwise. Feels Ebia a bit me about Alejandro Baldi Abo from the left. No Marcus Rashford edge na number 9. Whichever the rotations may be, Barcelona needs to get the win. Because say Barcelona 2 games they played before the international break. International break now be boa must say respite coach ninya. But they need to start building momentum because enche Classico ni beba and you start see Classico ni beba chance no no game is be a while. Now we winning star games not the confidence na Sanso back. I'm expecting a win for Barcelona. But the here pan I'm going to see front four arrangements in the day. Well, Hetafe for dear. One thing we know, Omumpe possession. But the last team, One, Ope Okwala Lega teams are Omum possess ball cra. Hetafe, Real Oviedo and Levante. Sang 3 clubs. Omumpe possession. 2 about Hetafe team say one ne buy yellow cast bebre kwa. Ball no basa. And now normally Barca bono. One thing Barca did very, very well was to get early goal. Because Hetafe wouldn't bono or tifia and manim build the confidence because confidence in the bar or be how. It's early goal important. Senye sa na game no travel ko be 45 minutes first half ya bewie. No me Hetafe for the build the confidence e be ha Madrid. Because Madrid should be told games are kin a Real Madrid in Nimino. Afei, and ye be who the Real Jabi Alonso. Obo Hetafe we are obebo Juventus, obebo Barcelona, obo Barcelona we are obebo Valencia, and some obebo Liverpool. And see, to start with, you need a win against Hetafe. Well, okay. Madrid game no so. Should Bellingham ever start say possibly or start here? Why na echo right wo? Obe maintaining man stand tuano and now so the other goal and a ball because they say ni die kwaya me to say Jude no so aye fitter number 10 no na be fa. Na ma hwe say man stand tuano on no ho be kan na say other goal. Because they say if Jude Bellingham is not playing, Ada Goulet will take the number 10 position. In also, so the lineup is very crucial. We know what the coach wants to do. I'm expecting another win for Real Madrid against Hetafe, possibly. The rest of the games, because of time, Arsenal there, Fulham for no, Omunya there, Nemum, Omufie, they don't lose.
Marco Silva.
And no never game no I
Well, in big games, Papa.
Big games.
Okay.
Fulham, they are struggling. In fact. I'm players the 1-1-1-1 goal. I'm also they are struggling to get goals. But Ken Arsenal no, I consider triple. City ashebako, Liverpool ashebako, Newcastle ashebako. It seems that Arsenal are consider against. There's an Arsenal defense, no. They are very, very strong.
Alex Iwobi, form. Samuel Chukwueze. Nigeria for so your brothers no. Youngest game is the best commander se best
Arsenal form no.
Arsenal.
Match with.
Big. Bra na ye wi aye ba aye kotoko game no na ba be brem agidi nkomo kakra. Big. Remo kakra mame.
Kenam mame share from Italy. AS Roma and Inter Milan. A big game this weekend. Na between these two sides there Senka unya ti din na me sure say team a be expect say when nebe kwade amano should be Inter Milan in all honesty. But Inter Milan no have baby omu free from the Simeone Inzaghi time. The kind of team or build here any quality and no dine e wo mu games mo. This season since a Christian Kivu take over the performance of Inter Milan boboko no and shedan te say na etie which is last season and some seasons ago. But at least coach tried the possible best. Obetimi keep up with the kind of standard obeto ye. No abon homode na niema kon kan kaka dia mano. AS Roma on the other hand has gotten one of the most experienced managers in the Italian Serie A, Gianpiero Gasperani. Yen nimno when it comes to say build the team. yen hihye team na yem fan compete e wo league mo a he's one of the best. But Gasperani so ade ba ko e won ho ne say no matter how strong he builds a team, say obey that force obeba ba be league no aya na ye difficult e de ama no nti at Atalanta or build the team na no more competitive time bia. But for them to come to that level, so more Baba League, you know, it was a bit difficult. But he did other things with the team. Not any league, but probably it was one of the best things in the history of Atlanta football. Getting the Europa Cup, any idea. So as a builder, he has always been there for any club or Bekum. Ken, this time around, Wakofa Roma Boboku no. Ofa Roma Boboku no or Sheshen Niema. Now this game. A game may be very interesting because two teams from Obaba Beshiano and the best attacking side Italian Serie A animal versus the best defensive side. Inter Milan and found that Nieman Shedan was planned and Nieman Shedan was said in any part of the one. But Inter Milan in the Italian Serie A so far actually 17 goals Italian Serie A animal. Or Kwakoshia AS Roma no only Kwakoshia and so conceded just 2 goals in the entire Serie A season. And this is a side that defensively Omutimini are very strong and Omumi Baba Beshia. The advantage for Inter Milan and they say at the Stadio Olimpico, AS Roma home, can since 2016 AS Roma Boboku no and share Inter Milan or Hoda. Say ye legal, say ye game bayon on Timin no. It is all Inter Milan. Now we took one for such grounds, sir. And we will team baby out on a tie favor. So you go with some sort of confidence. But Roma, on the other hand, last season, and so by confident because the home the own team that is very true. But Otimiko Inter home Koko share 1-0. And it's a Inter bar with a lot of the players Omugusuya available. No, they have it at the back of their mind. Say if we were able to do it against them home last season, this time around we can break that kind of gene. Baba that one my problem. Two teams in set up with a 3-back system. And remember game now interesting. The Biamekasa when 2 styles meet, the one who plays it better gets the upper hand. Into Omushiano. Well, be on near ye, and I'll bet me a pick points and near my kind amount. AS Roma, Ebe few say setting up the team, no, the 3-back system, no. Evan Indika, who has been solid for them this season throughout their campaign. Gianluca Mancini and then Selec. These 3 players they made generate one of the AS Roma Boboko. Inter Milan also a very strong attack. Lautaro Martinez, the experience and the performance, it has never been in doubt. But problem back when they say, the partner on the bottom in Bia when you comfort to nimu, etimi boni ye pa. Which is Marcus Thuram. Ken Thuram a prayer when you available. And I know the be creative to Krokaka. And so any move honum, Ediama a team a friendly say Inter Milan, and that is the problem of Mubenya. But in the absence of Marcus Thuram, there is a young boy, Angie Yuan Bosa. Oh, no, so the performance this season. What Chelsea he is a good player. Ken, opportunity a one or misuse, you know. At least he has gotten some sort of goals. 21-year-old. On starting baby was starting only 1 game in the Diama Inter this season. But on 1 goal, or 3 assists. It's anytime he gets the opportunity or tries to be creative as much as to be pretty be chebi. It is only about the partner Lautaro Martinez. Any Lautaro Martinez experience or be control Aquadano na niema konkan dia momo. In midfield, so Roma per resource there is one player Manu Kone. Was all ye a Juma ye pa. Edema Roma Bobo Kono. He's been an engine about a destructive job, but he's always been there for them. O Jilem film fi want to control games the AS Roma. But Okwa Shia midfield, consider Enrique Mkhitaryan, Nicolo Barella. These are players are on any day mobile creative trouble. And Yama opponent will be on Meshia. Inter Milan, no matter what, still has that kind of quality. So I'm going to beat any form of opponent on Mekwa. But I feel say AS Roma, that defensive solidity on this season, how good they have been in all their games. I will consider fewer number of goals, you know. And some are ready to compete for the title. This is the time they would have to prove that kind of point. And imagine say, now we share a team like Inter Milan, the morale booster. I never play with team, no any coach, any obia. And I feel say Roma this time around, after 16 solid years, and to me, Inter Milan and Olympico. Today they might be breaking that genes. A double chance for AS Roma team, no, possibly a 2-1 win for AS Roma. Ken, moving on. Chelsea in Nottingham Forest game, no. Nottingham Forest more than money yet. No crepa, at the start of the season. and omunya 1 win. If you want to pem Sam Ram and Okasay, Omuntimi win a match be abim. In fact, Coach FN Ange Postecoglou by 7 matches and wabo. Ediama Bobo 7 matches now abonaken. On Winnie B, we lose Makumako 5 and we draw just 2. It's the performance of the coach bad. Players be a last season. No, we are very instrumental. Edman Nottingham Forest Bobo Kuti Chris Wood. This season, on finding the goal scoring form. Gibbs White and any other players Honoma or Moboa, Callum Hudson Odoi. But the more they create, who create the man, the number 9 Obeche goals. Number 9 Obeche goals in the school now on find the scoring boots. It's a Jumana ding. The performance has been poor. Chelsea, on the other hand, and so crippled with a bit of injuries. But at the Bakwa, I mean, Chelsea last 5 matches. Aha Chelsea pa can indiscipline. I am talking about indiscipline because Chelsea last 5 matches no. Emu 3 Chelsea had red cards. Emu 3. It was 1 against Benfica. And a Chelsea bobo only the red card ultimately win it. But even with that, na game ne ya baba bepon 90+6 and omunya red card. It was at the dying best of the game. The game against Manchester United at Chelsea Lucy. Omu the red card. Omu goalkeeper Robert Sanchez in the 5th minute. It was too early for any team to settle a game, so could do red cards at time now. It was one of the reasons they affected Chelsea Bobo. Manchester United now 2 early goals. When now 2 goals, United into the red card no. I be penal. Chelsea came into the game. Into clearly. The catcher me say Chelsea had discipline no man this red card no. Nan kebeye den the Manchester United so be Chelsea Bobo no. Into the red card affected the Chelsea performance. Chelsea be ball Brighton. Or Brighton no. Chelsea signed the red card biom in the first half. Now Chelsea ashabako. Omo control the game in the first half no. First half Chelsea ball possession 70%. Emma Brighton ball just 30. After the first half, 53rd minute, and a Chelsea Coco D red card. Chelsea did our red card in the rear, you know. And a Brighton a bad game anymore. And in the second half, ball possession, Brighton ball 53 and a Chelsea ball 47. And clearly, Chelsea are not so dominant in the first half. And now I show 1-0. Compare the 53rd minute over the red card, no. Or the red card new year, no. Brighton by back in the game, ebe control game, no. Ebe take no. Essence which me look at home. And my Brighton be winning 3-1. And the idea back where I had Chelsea this time around has been in discipline. Red card somebody.
The red card, na.
So you
can say, Enzo Maresca be say, almost that you get used to. Is it one chrome almost training with 11 with 10?
Say
training with 10.
Who your coach? Now with team no crippled with injuries Idea back where say we say. Obesa avoid these red cards and also unnecessary cards. A prayer how? Omo nim bomber no mo betimi save with team nso so ya no makwa di red card. The last time it was Robert Sanchez against United. Against Brighton it was Trevor Chalobah. Chelsea's best central defender this season. And now you're back or you're available. He has to talk to the players. Said yeah, omo nkonko di unnecessary cards because I out akasa atembi. Na sa asem no enu nti na me di Chelsea nkomo we. Say red card wo football mu say bibia. U game plan, u system, u formation, u bibia. It is the Chelsea making sure so we stay disciplined. No mun konko di red card unnecessarily. I feel say for Nottingham Forest and for only baby omodano and yes side be a bit me ababa be Chelsea boboko no. I will go for a win for the Chelsea club. Now Manchester City and Everton. Can I dear bakwa I was a Premier League no mo hwe no mo dwene ho biem. No mo rescinded that decision. A player okobolo na Oceani Parents Club.
I know Emma was so many akwajitum da nyene. Omunti mensesa no.
E was almost sesa.
Cause Zenka Jack Grealish twon
Jack Grealish form now.
Twon so.
He is Everton's best player.
We are mini omo.
Papa. Or your Everton best player this season.
Papa so tinche no omo boni bi.
Of course. Pepe ni beji because me be chiao. Now best player nya available la. A advantage at the moment. There are other players who work quality like Liman Ndiaye, super player. One of the best attacking midfielders who Premier League anymore. The performance and it was through.
This season or no Anthony, only 2 players be a dream also.
Yes.
That boy Anthony.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Liman Ndiaye. Liman Ndiaye performance and it was through. And such a player, I will honor him there. But the absence of Jack Grealish, If you're looking at the contribution, 7 matches no more bono. He's played 6 no started. I think the first game one started. He came from the bench. But from there, opportunity he's made it count. 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 goal contribution for such a player, and Onya available. Mfama Everton Bokuno. Manchester City won the problems, the absence of Rodri. But I feel say one thing I was a Pep Guardiola at this stage. What him here dealing with because Rodri a fit here consistent for Manchester City. There is Nico Gonzalez or Baba Jinem now boy Juma. The danger man for the Manchester City team now Jeremy Doku. If you want to stop Manchester City, make sure you are stopping Doku.
Who's the Doku, Papa?
Ken, he's doing very well this season.
Chen almost any decision making.
Decision making now a problem. Still now he has to work on that. Goals in them but at least he's giving assist for the Manchester City team or treating we no and Shempoa or contributing to the goal scoring form of the Manchester City team. Ellen Brot Haaland, James Tarkowski, and Michael Kane. Juma ye. Ken this season for club, for country. The only match Haaland and she go against Tottenham. Match be our this season be our Shego.
Obviously I should go be. Say Europe say on a hurricane.
Match be a Haaland Abubia. He has 9 goals in the Premier League with 1 assist from matches I able so far. The only game I want to go against
and Tottenham. And so the best start.
Debbie.
This is in Croatia then you started the open.
So best stopping on and I problem. Omo mo be ginam fin honom. Kenan Disbury Hall. No many other players, James Garner, Everton, because if you're able to stop the ball from transiting from the midfield, echo striker no honma, striker no onya balls in the emmo. But Haaland to share the this season. So last season in the previous seasons, he has always been a station number 9. But this season, most of the time, born in Haaland to be burn fin. No about the football, no initiate attack. He's one player or a ball keeper to speed power. Initiate attack, we are no organic. Train ball no and stopping him has been a problem for teams this season, and I believe say the quality there can a bad thing so be me stopping. I'll go for a 3-1 win for the Manchester City team. They have the quality to beat Everton on any day. Ken
3-1 City against Everton. And no Biggie, Mamin Samra, I mean, Komoka Cressia, Yabafi, Emoris, Ras Antico come straight near Bedin Komo because and they ho. Ena yebewo me pato Buzia Ventures SMM fanto anim se o pa adwuma Buzia Ventures eton phones fela we sisi a wonu bi so e pa adwuma 0244 722 303 0244 722 303 na Kubuzia Ventures we sisi a 0244 722 303 Fresisia na adwuma Buzia Ventures wosisia eno ayede etieno no na yento so eni yenkomo no yemfa de aka nyina enso emra 711 pub chairman 1 menua aye beso kwaku flick ene aye ninua ma amoko no mama ye hu de ko kwaku flick kunsu mankran so aye kwan so and aye 7 aye 11 aye patcha man ho bibia ebeye kama ho na opanyi bia boko de
ken nyame adum bia boko
kotoko fone da machi no o ma change no monyi Liverpool fone free o na mo fa mo monyi Liverpool na Manchester United fone free na mama me kotoko
picture na modin o
we dey we need da opa
fantastic
we do try ni
yeah
na Kens Cup ababedu breakfast na aba
enyamba idea maybe na enyamba
sir that is another mon ye bibia na
Edison there nyame no nkru wadi kan nyane there ya the politin bi politin abre no
Kens Cup Commerce City Mall tram breakfast ho ne Kens ho na mame kotoko sei adum pempen so sei de mame de koso team na nkasa mu me pese me hu so far preparation and study boys no
mame we league na me we ana nka me de korogodo na wi na ma
ka kotoko asem udu a we ana wa beka league asem league ni na o ya de ana ko ba bia kotoko akon
okay
nti fasi wa
okay nti
ana nyesa
Ghana League
do ya de ana ko ba bia kotoko no ka o ma se wi ana mababa
okay mini kan ka kotoko okay nti Jebeko na a CAF Confederation Cup, of course. Asante Kotoko nyame admede ochina wa Accra Sports in Marimfi. Say Asante Kotoko ebo with that in the athletic club, of course, and no a whack into nyame adma 3 p.m. and a jumedi no e baso nemo opeso koebia me pacho channel so say 50 Ghana cedis baby a center line of VIP ono and so 200 Ghana cedis. Now boss, as part of Asante Kotoko egusu a womo preparations and a game no bibia betimi akoye no enra Asante Kotoko team no led by Ura your friend lawyer Safu Duku communication team chairman no na the tenso okopie mu obi sanso na Imano entry and after branch friend Hilary Adabo na omukọ ekosi sen obi show no so enra obi dedicate show ni nyina edema Asante Kotoko team na interview awodo bebre ni nyina promotion awodo Asante Kotoko se na be ya supporters no enso ebe ba stadium na enra omukopie mu no ena ne obi ebusa zito na zeze no aya na kwan be na mofa so a kanene na nka mo monitor club no se bi obi ba ne Kotoko ba be bo opponent bi ba be bo kwan be so na mofa so a mutimi monitor na mo je report bi ni ada enema bi efrom yintin sema zito edit
no sign interview was sempa.
Yes, of course, on enra teams ni Kotoko players no ena coach Zito and lawyer Safu no studio no and raw dedicated time nyina de mo promote game no asem.
Okay.
Yeah, obi.
I'm passing say time na bobo physically na yeko. You send somebody to study the team physically.
Yes.
But then adinasis into your video analysis, you bring down their bono, and they will the over team into department, and to team into department. And now only players, you will look at the department that win first, and then you see the loopholes and the good side of the team. Then you bring them together, and we all watch that this is how they play.
Now on the second one, no, Kwara United, mu yi omu free. Kwan be so because na I say Kotoko she na Kwara te. Zito, mu ye den na mu ko ho amuko yi Kwara for na free mu.
Against Kwara here.
Yes.
The more you share no, the more no mu take.
No, so I take.
Okay, ye wie no. Me ko share video no. Me no wan na hwe. Ye ma Kwara full space too much.
In defense.
You see, ya adwuni na yenkoshe. So when you your attitude that go scoring no you share me at the American confer, but we lost concentration there. So in the second game we also, so I told them on the second goal, let's try to deny them the space and then pick out the best in them and then try to work on them and then so we were able the first 20 minutes I told them they will come on it's like nobody's business, but to me so you more so now one bebre they so that was the strategic way I had to go when we came the second half. We say let's open and get what I wanted. We open, we get it,
and so and no na Imano entry and so ekasai na oni dia ni nyina yese Kotoko supporters no ofre obia se mu nyina mbra Accra Sports no nyame adma da ochina yentie Imano entry
supporters me ba try best share supporters ne senti omunya omumbra in their numbers support here yenim say ya Canada ombeba so we ba so ayeso ye be afamu dia mo na
Wani and so ekasa say nei Kotoko supporters ni nyina game no edin obia Emra Stadium onti Hilary Adabo nso de Dagbani and calling on the supporters of Asante Kotoko and other clubs in nyina.
Omunya supporters no.
Of course. Sure.
Okay.
Yenti Hilary Adabo. Okay. Say no enya ready one with the anu ya tie and so eno no na enra work ekoye training and so ewo eye Legon Sports Stadium
where you obi ewa sempa
of course
me patro feed ni na efri asempa ye bedo mo se hona kotoko omokoye promo bebre ewa Accra ejina chese obi show no a political show
of course
but odema kotoko form mo ebedidi nkomo kakra nti ayidi na ready no mamentie no kakra
Dagmani
so speak Dagmani for me call on the supporters to come.
الصهر ده بنزها إذا فلا الهلال هذا بو يروما تقول الصهر ده بنزها ده بنقمبا ne متجنا تتبصون سي ne على هردتي يمي بيتولي شيء انتهى تمن وداد نمي يمي دمي انتهى كدي تكون كوبل لمبلما adi gana za boilin balama because gana zane katin zane in belma muka maybe Ghana Premier League katin ne kotokoma has ne kotokoman team shell daban nta gana zane katin zane mila boilin so vi kam din yankana nta gana vi yambala ka kotokon ko vi so to suhura daban za ha
we didn't change more crowd emre we didn't also on me support on kotoko supporters ngina mo beto mo chia bibia ebe kama meto mo chi o jase enwano ana erosenya no
na has na be one o ka has bu mo ba has ni se o wuchire mdi
en fa won so kotoko na wo has sa na o kan
okay
se wontia eno na
se me ntindi na
nti mama checho mo no
okay
enye so ye kotoko ye has we de Ghana ngina
fantastic
akrana sama waka
fantastic
ewo gomba kasama
let's yeah okay enti yabeto aso e dey free work afem enra amokoye training our Legon Sports Stadium my remfi se enanyame yadma no miensa 3 p.m. womo ebesa kwakoye training e wa Accra Sports Stadium
the
work Legon no and work for a trainer back and rechi almost red and then almost almost white and he work for no I ask them get a grand and you say with your job
packaging
packaging in the there's be crying in the
aye players remove the same for the packaging and no bad they won't be in the omo the boss no be good form one say on ba pitch no so boss no be bree na say omo twetwe be kakra wa be bree wani so enye hu se no bi passe na ayo ha enye hu kura mo nyire mo ho ebe fa
ebe ko
ba ko na se was ya in the okay
yeah enti eno ye de tie enso eno no na yemfa nso because I had a discussion be bre baso on koroko eye work game no na yemfa Ghana Premier League akran so na fi yempeja yemo de tie ne say Ghana Premier League no there week 6 matches na e baso and 2 games e baso Dreams FC Ebo Nations FC no miensa and afi Mediama Sporting Club Ebo Samates live enso ewo Onia TV eno eye de tie no e da ochina games no
Never life no.
Bacho Mediama ene FC Samates.
Ene ye Oniani TV3.
Yes,
ana sebe Oniani
kwa. Oniani TV3. Yes, sorry.
Yes,
Oniani
okay.
TV3.
TV3 ene Onia. Enti ene ye
TNA.
Okay, TNA. Mediama Nations no live. Samates.
Yes.
Ene live.
Yeah, live.
Okay.
No miensa. Enti nyame adma da ochina Sunday game no beto aso All Blacks Ebo Holy Stars and afi Bechem United and Vision FC Brekum Chelsea Ebo eye Accra House of Oak no miensa and asa game no betumi atoja and also ye live on TV3 any Onia TV enti echina no miensa nya sem kitokra TV no ba ko ba na fi
kotokwa 3 p.m.
yes
against work has about 3 p.m.
Yes,
Brekum.
sure.
Omone Brekum Chelsea.
Okay. Yeah. Enti ya beto.
Ba ko belusu.
Aye dey ba ko belusu. Eye den ya video ba ko belusu o.
So mo about 3 p.m.
Aye. Eye den ya ba ko belusu o. Se ba ko bia se ya na koyi ba fi die bi ebe dane.
Okay. Trust.
Okay. Enti ho United enso be ball Diana Stars na Monday games no enso etimi atoa so e ho no mo. Gold Stars ebo Heart of Lions and of 11 Wonders ebo Karela United. Na Emaro Visenka Koroko ni Young Apostles and ebo nemum game no ya postpone because of Koroko ebo eye CAF Confederation no eno ye de tie enso eno no. Na on that no board ene Asante Koroko otaka eye board chairman former board chairman Dr. Kwame Chiasempa. The attention Dr. Kwame Chiasa ya na de ni biemu. The attention onse oko die hard eye supporters Ghana. Omo na ya na ta support Ghana Black Stars ni ade no. Eni omo Kumase no wa base wo nyina de omo kon kran. So omo nkowe kotoko any work game no. And enu achi no Nations FC supporters omo so eko na Nations any Dreams FC game no omo kwa hwe no. Omo no so no aka chom se mo point na ma mo Kumase. Me se pe bia mama da. Nyame yad mo do china monko Accra Sports Stadium monko support Asante Kotoko boboku no enti eno ye de Dr. Kwame Chiasempa former board chairman Edema Asante Kotoko wono so etimi aye ede support Asante Kotoko no
Jaho kakrabe Edison opanyi owakomapa yakaso obi wakomapa edema Asante Kotoko awe oka ho papa ye oda TV so yi owakomapa edema team no we free team num but adie bia be fa team no bia
sure
men kai de panyina ya poli die won se no da bi odi animu bibi bia beba yemfa sikamra yenkoboa da bia no odi akire ono so ate ne team o so be fa bus e dia bus supporters mun konko support Kotoko omobo Africa wa Accra enye easy thing emro no wa woni team
Ken,
so this man Dr. Kwame Chiasempa bia obi akoso a na nyambe koso ahira wayade wayade wachodo
Kotoko no anka sanwa ho politics na ya na ha adwen
eye politics eguni pa animase
board members no a bebre no a mo besin call ye recently omo anom ne Dr. Kwame Chiasempa omo anom ne Dr. Kwame Chiasempa ko ne nyina no nanze we hu omo unto omo ngambie wo.
Okay, also where is he?
Nzo obi anka bio.
Omo free or obi akọ.
Of course. What I say?
At that time so na ntokwa bebre.
It's as if they love, but say na a hadwen. Kotoko nsam no ka bebre a obeti nipa bi na so but
Fana to so me.
Obi a oyi ni sika e de boa de bi na che so wakoma pa de echiro.
Yeah.
Enye easy to run Kotoko for 6 months. Bia na meka say ade ba ko a sebi Dr. Kwame Chiasempa oyinipa o no mfom so.
Oh yeah.
Nipa bia
obey mistakes be.
Yeah, sure say ono ankasa deep within. So oye self analysis of those times around Kotoko. Bonso oye mfom so bebre. Me am see ubi sa me am metimi aka na mfom so.
Oye mistakes be.
But my point is that
I don't know what my club no.
Me kra no, me ye no kra de ato nchen. Kotoko, who care what ho nya asam ketua. So for someone individual or no kwa, who run in 6 months to cry na for bu. What did me show you say? Inti for doing that and still muko no wana muko physical san so de ma money de. After all in someone ya ka fan ho atem de dia ye di no pa still no ano.
Odi team na.
Say me uko no ho a Woka so ma 2 cities obeyi the amount just because e bia Kotoko because na no Kotoko kwa branka fse ko bubu nkonwa
o de chomo
nti akoma na de sebi
na de na se o de share nsam ye je omo bi
debi nti no me de o na fom so de but papa no doso Dr. Kwame Chiasempa as you dedicate be 3-4 minutes and so e dia man there
wa be board chairman dia man Asante Kotoko but bibia e fa Kotoko mu bia da bia
o ko na se oyibo a
o mo ko time bia na wa bo mo da bia odi akire yemo na baso o ya de wa kire se e club no na no do
sikayi
ono e do club no so what you say nti se owo ho se oni ho oguso edo club no enti opanyi baby a obi a
Kotoko supporters eda wase munyisika na kodane ntokwa
so bia na double dey ya o ka say iska also ase
o say no dey miniska what I say ba Kotoko border ken ye Kotoko border your Bob Biggie 111 CEO blah 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 but e ka say ni sika no na dan to
asemaba ye fa no so ntia no ye Dr. Kwame Chei ba Saudi amakotokofo no omode ko ena yenya time kakra ye pese Ghana fo nyina ehu odo papa no wo edema asante aye kotoko emfa won na obaye so ye mistakes se wanye mistakes de course de na ye ne de anye nyina no oda so e kire odo ene ne hia love no wo ma club no ene hia sanity eno ena waye no okay
na haso folk enso ekobrekum na onibrekum Chelsea akwakobo and of course coach Didi Dramani approach how the game no
Pep no Pep is saying
but your Pep Haaland she goes so
what say
Haaland she goes mu team no
onyanya obi o chese Haaland na se Pep ya ye kana se mi se Haaland ni wa ka draw bebre en ka draw bebre matches bebre ka draw
ya DK won one about 9 the whole season
ne Pep some na perform Rodri last season
a year before Haaland be ba no there's 99 goals in the Premier League the DK won one when the ball first 9 why
but do be no osu give me my injured players
Yeko.
Yes, in the coach Didi Dramani no approach our equal game no yente Didi kakra.
The gains, that is the strengths of the team, and also to try to weather the aspects of challenges and also try to review the learning parts of the various aspects that we see in our previous games. And so a lot has been more on decision making on the offensive phase 2 to phase 3 and then to phase 4, and also try to consolidate our solidity in terms of our compact team play, in terms of our defensive work. I think that resilience
and yeah Didi Dramani and so the kakra and so no na boss Prince Owusu Mediema onza akwara ni nyakwanya kopie mu e Black Stars na Prince Koba ene ni Yakobi Zanza Prince na okwa na okohu pate semenyo Jordan are you na pressure na tesen akwara na chechire mu kwan of us wa deal with pressure no
oh make say pressure dia madam because na ye ni makasa bibli say as a player there pitch so there is no senior but outside the pitch no now they will more respect there am o munti am fa pressure bia metom
Entine dia no na Ghana Premier League coach of the month Nasco according to Bashir Hayford September yes on in
wafa September there no
of course wafa September there no and player of the month and so they call Richmond Opoku Young Apostles yes on so enya and a goalkeeper of the month Benjamin Asare
and they say Mantibia Mantibia Ukuma ewo keeper bi eze man Mantibia say obe keep clean sheet sa kopenta ma ebebo ayina
you say there yes o keep clean sheet nso animu ho no omo
ene dey original word ene here
enya original word ene
do ha no so ebe kan wasem okay Benjamin Asare no
yeah
goalkeeper of the man say waja to so say
oh said this is in the Afeni Ashasi September yani starting league waje first one waje first in October any so October wa mix games ni binti be ni say October dey kwa be man
on the said there year be as a month be one mobile class say the man ana so na Ghana number 1 Biggie, one no go cross say the man na eso san ye juma kakaka number 1 that be as so rest in Yamana award
baby ende
to baby wa ba bedu no wadi kan aye bra wa ye say juma we na wo kan ngina to omo bubefu
yeah so na Richmond Opoku nso nya goal of the month no Young Apostles and he go na
Young Apostles players no mobile juma
ni go ni chairman yeah was treat
Richard Opoku wow
we dem no manya ade crowd
nanka other goals
but o manya other goals na ma ya
we start manya because I think
maybe omo to aba na say panel panel na say abato
wo eno na every no mechichi mu even though because now
omo other goals no ho mama other goals no
JT mo pa other goals no man we dem no manya ade
but nice goal
nice goal yeah. But other goals no September ni no they buy no All Blacks
on the obenya we na mamia other goals no nyina na baby omo jomo the way but one say as a first you can say a panel dey and they by voting
you better find out from
because you koye by voting na bibi atimisi and a panel so no minim panel no almost kwan omofa so you go because yade ba ko a wo ye ho adwuma den go of the month ne sa ne mane na na den pa because me go a me hu say go of the month no e bia na de say nyesa na ba den obehu no go do a me hu say edin ne share edin once go bu an share edin enye fe ba ne share edin and a go bi wa o shama na ye fe but ne share na nye hu sa so what you say
by the nyame asese nyina so ye weni e de hwe nti no goals ni be me ya say sinke benya goals na then you would appreciate my conversation that I think there are
unya hwan de won will be
omo deba because the last time I think I saw good goals but
okay.
Anyway I think say are you ready then we'll have a conversation.
Fair number. Okay.
Now boss me wie enra any da 2021 17th of October House of Folk share WAC Accra Sports Stadium nti
enra na da ben
enra enna na ye da House of Folk
share WAC Accra Stadium
Accra Sports Stadium
yes house there o ma ye bi order
nti koroko nyina we ni so
okay
na omo so mfanye bibi
eno na omo kokwaji sesi no
no na
ye kan ha ya de no ha de no house share 1 nti eno asem
no omo kokwaji sesi
dabi so omo nyankoi kotokonkoi nti ye kan na asem ba bi a
o se o ma de esi ye 1 na chi na
yes house share WAC 1-0 kotoko hia 1 and 2 de hia no so mbehye so mutimi hye
sure
so mutimi hye omunya 2-0 dia na chese no ano no menya say gidi ni so betima ko qualify because it were very very good we did games ni yepa ana big dia ye kam wase me nyina no ana your confidence ne near ma de be ma players no
sure
players ni bi wa minim some more psychologists so
I found to go to be
more psychologists so more sa we mu nyina because sisi abeta mo ya de bia me gine ho nkomo me ba bewe okay go so na bi ne me ba no so
we first one abeta mo ade
we abeta mo
against Brekum Chelsea
abeta mo ade we dey deserve go we dey enye go bi e brusa me ana
we dey encounter
me ana me pa na abeta mo go we dey tomanim kra me ya kra na wa we me batum
Emmanuel ano
go so
nations
ya hwe Emmanuel
anode
ne dia be kra na oshipa we All Blacks round of Mensa
okay
no baby born no question
okay yeah
Rudolph yeah
no baby born no question
Rudolph dey nefe and away dey another good one
Heart of Lions Tommy be please born
Anone Rudolph
omo dia no betima compete win anti
defender no
okay eti mo hwe bibia no obi a wo hwe nyina no mo nyina mo betimi ajaje 3 goals ni
na even Richmond
opoku dia ni so ni
on the ni goal of the month no
what you say
yeah
okay goal of the month okay anyway goals ni enti abetamwa time ni players na mo Santigoro mo time ni Albert dia ni but Albert we dia and say we kwa na njese nke ka ho and so we street one do
me sure say
dia ne be ma
because of the pass
okay pass yes. Is team dey pass account
yes the build up to the goal ni nyina aka ho and where you beja will be of far ball no and that one time passer but done in no bottom na
enti
ba me go of goal no
okay yes nyame ya duma bochina ene na amofade ansogu no Accra Sports Stadium Asante Kotoko players no mo time ni me hye mo time ni mo betimi aye bibi na mo timi yi work free ma ene de ese so ye yire eboa agema mu bia ye beja ye den edi amamo ene ma bia ese munya bia ye be monya panyin bia ese do ye de mo ko ne ho ye de mo be ko mo timi yi work ye den a free man enti omonyiro mo so we dey we ya na ko group stages
enu ani aha no
we ya ko group stages
we ya ko group stages we ya money zone.
The first 3 matches, but
Yeah.
Because the Emma Madrid ya me say work team no e wo form kakra ne say Krofonti ni yepa work team na ba form sisia ne say work so enyo omo bobre no confederation
Debi.
ene se dem che wutie
Sure.
work so ba bi omo so level 1 no
Champions League.
omo no so da bi Champions League no omo bo
Yes.
it omo drop ne che so omo so niam aye den a drop kakra e che so omo so niam ba form kakra
Yeah.
The starting season, I think so. Omo need 3, omo draw 1.
Oh, okay.
Omo
TB Afin almost started share omo because omo withdraw to confederation
Exactly.
there.
Oh,
I just say omo ba form
last
kakra.
season only did third.
Last season omo did third. Then the omo ba confederation no.
And this is the first our league in the
As Afin omo share omo niam. Okay. Bibi betimi esi. Mr. You didn't come because also no former Mrs. Yare. You also no one sem no Mr. Anderson Fabra na minu komo kakra e wo game.
But I say JT Yanansie. And their course no code number 1 BW1 976 66474 BW1 976 6674 code number 2 BW1 976 753D BW1 976 753D code number 3 BW1 977 5021 BW1 977 5021 code number 4 BW1 977 6D03 BW1 977 6D03 code number 5 BW1 977 8742 BW1 977 8742 last one BW1 977 96EE BW1 977 96EE and yes so green and wow ucha you know was rest fine
Go for first car.
and that's so yeah yankopon nim so be domi na afi
Big measure 11 also no. Aha. Order me. Over screenshot e dia maonua and I send over to me by pages in so onsa ebeka and so and bet way. And your course no. Big quick one na member me interviews BCC ya.
Ken Kawadaro
Ochia heba for Eben komo enche kura me Ochia Eben komo mene Kangen enaje drinking water for Eben komo mene Dr. Amuzo enso Eben komo enche kura Ochia mpa info betenase.
Na make us a big Iba no last game with that phone boy now